Alright, so I'm back again. We're looking at factorisation and we're looking at taking out a common factor, so that's our method. We're looking at a couple of different, little bit more complicated examples. So, let's have a look at when our factor, the common factor we're going to take, is not a number, is not a variable, it's actually an expression itself. So we might start with something that looks like this. 4x, x plus 1 plus 3, x plus 1. And we want to factorise it. So, we always check our numbers first. 4 and 3. There is no common factor there. X, there's no single x over in this one. X plus 1. I notice that in the second term I also have an x plus 1. So I can actually take that bit out from both of them. That's a common part of both terms. Now if I look at the first term, 4x, x plus 1, all that's left over is my 4 times x. And if I look at the second term and I've taken away x plus 1, all I've got left is my plus 3. Alright, so I've now gone from first term, second term, with an addition, to 2 separate factors. My first factor is x plus 1, and my second factor is 4x plus 3. You might notice that that's actually a binomial, and if you expanded it, you could actually get to that same point. Let's look at a slightly different example. Again, a little just building on that, making it a bit more complicated. So let's take 8, x plus 3 squared plus 4x plus 3. Okay, so we're going to have a look at this. Now, for now, it might help you to write this out, this first term, slightly differently. X plus 3 squared is just the same as saying x plus 3 times by itself, x plus 3. And then the second term remains the same. No need to change that. Okay. Looking through this, in the first term I've got an 8, in the second term I've got a 4. So I know that 4 is common to both. As these get larger, you might want to try this as a little tip. So I know that 8 divided by 4 is 2. So I'm going to cross that out. And 4 divided by 4 is 1. So I'm going to kind of pop that there so I'm keeping track of what I've noticed. Now, looking back in this first term, I didn't have any variables on their own. Okay, but I do have this x plus 3 all together. Alright? Now that x plus 3 is also in the second term. So I can take that out, x plus 3. Because that's common to both. So if I cross that out, it's really clear. Now, there's nothing left in the second term, so I'm not going to be able to take out any more common factors. Now I've got to deal with what's left. I'm going to open a big square bracket. Now we use that when we know we're going to put a lot of information in there. We have to find out what's left. Alright, and because I've done this red crossing, it's really simple. I've got 2 and I've got this x plus 3. Now make sure you keep that in a bracket. Okay, it's got to be there. Ooh, my x looks a bit funny. So that takes care of the first term. On the second term, the only thing I've got left is plus 1. And I do have to put that plus 1 in because it was 4x plus 3 times something to get that bit. And it was times by 1. So now I've got 3 factors. 4 is a common factor. X plus 3 is a common factor. And my final thing that's a common factor is this 2 open bracket x plus 3, close bracket, plus 1. Now, using the ideas here, I'd like you to work from exercise 7.4, question 2. And I'd like you to do as many as you can in 10 minutes.